What is the modern person actually doing? Right now, you're probably watching this video and you'll spend about 20 minutes on it. Throughout the day, you'll likely scroll through short-form videos, get completely hooked on stories and photos, or maybe even post something yourself, hit a like or drop a comment. You'll definitely be messaging constantly, checking news feeds, and sharing information. Around 10 minutes a day will be spent searching for something, mostly through Google. Maybe you'll check Wikipedia, but increasingly, we're putting our questions to artificial intelligence. Of course, we also spend time shopping and watching movies or films in the evening. In the end, you and 5.5 billion other internet users spend anywhere from 6 to 12 hours online daily. We socialize, we entertain ourselves, we study, we work, and we even earn money. The real question is, for whom? Data and attention as the ultimate commodity. The world's most expensive and successful companies are rich today, not because they sell us life-essential products or services. Their real commodity is a far more valuable resource, knowledge and information about every single one of us. When algorithms show you free content or offer you exactly the products you need, they are simultaneously collecting detailed user data and reselling our attention to other merchants. They predict our behavior, subtly influence our decisions, and even change our opinions. But that's not the most important part. The new icons of modernity, or more accurately, app icons, have achieved what the greediest capitalists and dictators of the past could not. Every second, they motivate billions of people to work for them voluntarily and for free, creating and uploading terabytes of videos, photos, reviews, comments, and search queries, making these platforms incredibly attractive and indispensable. Why do we agree to this, and what future are these new digital overlords leading us to? The virtual world, the virtual rent. Think about what a global map shows. The most visited places on the planet. The brighter the color, the more often people take photos there with their smartphones. Most people travel to Europe, Japan, and major cities. But the modern person's world, their travels and most visited spots, looks different. They are digital platforms. What unites these resources and makes them so popular? Their nominal freeness. Google and Yahoo don't charge for search. YouTube doesn't charge you to watch videos. WhatsApp don't charge for communication. This leads to the logical question: if they are free, how are they making so much massive money? Secrets of the tech giant's success. Look at the world's top 10 most valuable companies. We actually have a separate video on this. Check it out. The richest tend to be the youngest. They are the tech giants. Take Apple. The main source of their revenue is undoubtedly the iPhone. But look at the second largest slice of their pie, which has grown by a massive 422% over the last 10 years. Its services. Apple became the world's most valuable company in 2011 to 2012 when every new iPhone model shattered sales records. The reason for this success wasn't the phone itself, but one revolutionary advantage: the App Store. The key point: who created this massive variety of applications? Not Apple engineers, but armies of third-party developers whose labor is essentially free for Apple. The scheme is simple and genius. Some create the apps, we pay for them, and Apple simply takes its rent, a percentage, from every purchase, growing infinitely rich. This is their enormous revenue from cloud services and App Store subscriptions, which today surpasses the combined revenue from computers, tablets, and accessories. Google competes using a similar model, even without its own phone hardware, via the Android operating system and its App Store. But Google earns even more money and influence from virtual advertising on YouTube and, crucially, in its search engine. No one in the world knows more about us and our desires than this powerful system. Google controls 90% of the global search market. We are endlessly feeding the algorithms with our queries, and they are beginning to understand us better than our closest friends or family. Algorithms as the new gods. If you're bored and open YouTube, what happens? 10 years ago, you would search for what you wanted to watch. Today, YouTube knows what you like better than you do, and in the overwhelming majority of cases, you simply choose a video from the suggestions on the homepage or in the recommendations. Algorithms need any content that can hold your attention on the platform for as long as possible. They are interested not in clicks, but in the time you spend watching. Developers train the system to predict the expected watch time and push content that will keep you glued to the screen the longest. Comments, likes, shares. These are all signals to the algorithms that your attention can be monetized, sold to merchants, and used to collect their cloud-based rent. Other major companies operate the same way, controlling the two main currencies of the modern world: knowledge and information about us. Meta, owner of WhatsApp, Facebook, Instagram, generates 98% of its revenue from advertising by predicting the behavior of 3.5 billion users. Amazon makes money from subscriptions, cloud services, seller commissions, and most importantly, its online stores. Amazon was one of the first in the 90s to introduce recommendation algorithms. Customers who bought this item also bought, specifically to increase the average customer spend. From peasant to digital serf. There is a famous saying, there is no worse slavery than the slavery of those who are led to believe they are free. History has always been a story of some people using others. In the past, the majority were peasants. After the agrarian revolution, we, being inherently lazy creatures, started farming and handing over a portion of the harvest to the powerful in exchange for protection and predictability. Stability always won out over risky freedom. This gave rise to feudalism, where power belonged to the owners of the land. Then, the Industrial Revolution shifted power to the owners of the means of production, factories and mills. Peasants became workers, and feudalism was replaced by capitalism, the new era of techno-feudalism. Today, we are entering a new era, which is being called techno-feudalism, cloud capitalism, or data colonialism. Where does the power lie now? With those who control the flow of money through the digital gates. Want to sell something? You pay a share to the marketplace, and then you pay for advertising just so your product is seen first. Want to work? You pay rent to the digital service, taxis, delivery. Want to create content? You share your revenue with the platform. The owners of these Disneylands on a screen bear no responsibility for anyone. Content creators feed the endless stream for free. Sellers are needed to collect commissions, and couriers and freelancers quickly fulfill the interface's promises. And all of us together work as free sensors. We click, like, and provide watch time. We train the models, strengthening their power to predict. It is from this behavioral data that the algorithms cook up their drug, personalization, and advertising. Humanity has never lived so comfortably and well-fed, but never before have we surrendered so much power, not just over ourselves, but over our very thoughts, to something else. Remember the fairy tale, The Enchanted Forest. The princes are warned. Remember your purpose. Stay on the path, or worry will await you, traveler. The forest, knowing their desires, tempts them, one with a hunt, the other with a battle. The algorithms, knowing everything about us, are serving up eternal anxiety instead of eternal happiness. We are constantly distracted by notifications. Someone messaged you, sale, new video, or story posted. Our children spend 3 to 12 hours a day on gadgets, mostly watching videos and playing games. We are all like those princes. We've long forgotten our goal, chasing after momentary pleasure and earning ourselves chronic anxiety. The fuel for AI, data, and energy. The two companies people believe in the most today are NVIDIA and OpenAI. NVIDIA, the most valuable, gets 80% of its revenue, not from graphics cards, but from the brains for AI, the hardware and software for massive data centers where neural networks are trained. Every query we make burns electricity. Energy is becoming the key resource. Those who invest in chips for supercomputers and critically in energy providers, solar, wind, nuclear, are getting rich. OpenAI, though valued immensely, currently earns 38.5 times less than the belief invested in it. Billions of dollars are being poured into the faith in AI because the new key resource is not oil, but valuable data. Thanks to the smartphones in our pockets, every action online is potential food for training AI models. The main task is to collect, process this data, and secure cheap energy for the process. A vicious circle awaits us. Tech platforms make money from our data. To get more data, they create products that cause addiction. We spend more time there, creating new digital footprints that reinforce the power of the digital giants. The more information they have about users, the more valuable it is to sell to advertisers. In the past, human masses produced food and industrial goods, but now we ourselves have become the product. They extract our time, and from our time, money. They are not selling content to us, they are selling us to the content. Therefore, the main question is, how do we break this vicious circle? Try the simplest experiment. Deliberately ditch your gadget, even for a short time. Leave it at home when you go to the store. Spend half an hour on the subway or outside, watching the people around you who can't peel their eyes off the screen. You'll see not just a habit, but a form of dependence. And in that moment, as your own digital anxiety begins to subside, you may, for the first time in a long time, feel like you've truly taken a deep breath. True freedom in the new world is not access to endless content, but the ability to take back control of your time. It's time to stop being a free censor for the algorithms and become a person who looks at the world with their own eyes, not through a smartphone screen. If this material made you think, you know what to do with it. See you in the future. Gary was right. Here, we explore how the world works and the key events that shape our reality. Subscribe so you don't miss videos that not only inspire, but also help you think bigger and act smarter.